Right time. Trey back.
Like that A&R, like.
Like, I like the way moves. One of them songs that ain't going nowhere. That's a Black Wedding song. Like, Neil's the original co-host.
They say like the best records were made back in the day because niggas was heartbroken and all that. And
The one that brings, you know, the action, you know.
the one and only.
One and only for sure.
How you didn't know that Casey and JoJo came from Jokes?
Yeah, don't fuck about no goddamn case.
Well, you should know that. You should.
I'll be gone for a minute, but no, I kind of feel like it's fucked up. Everybody cheap out, fucked up.
Everybody loved him, though. Now everybody like, what?
Then we got the infamous, you know, the one that's always here. Boy, Pearl Setti. Me.
That shit has 27 tracks on that motherfucker. That's what is it, Marley? Two albums today. And a bonus song. And a bonus track. That nigga dropped 27 songs on an album. That's some Michael Jackson shit.
The one that keeps strong. Boy, crack.
So nigga, fuck your bitch, bro. I'm just
It was
saying.
a lot too, but the result was very pleasing.
Go!
What's good? We back with Hip Hop Raising Podcast for another episode for this week. It's your boy Time Trey.
Feral Setti, MOD, don't forget the motherfucking baby.
Heard our first topic of today is Complex. Dropped the top 10 rapper and singer duos of all time. So at course, at number one, they had Ja Rule and Ashanti.
A singer, rapper. I could see that. I could see that. Ja Rule and Ashanti, they do got a lot of
They're both consistent hits.
definitely bangers too. Especially if you go through the catalog, if you just hear the names, you'll be like, what the hell? But if you actually play songs and go through that shit, you'll be like, damn, I forgot they had this one, or damn, I forgot they had that one. So I will give them that one. Yeah.
They had what, a 3-year run, them two hit after hit. You know, Ja Rule also just for J-Lo, Lil Mo, Christina Milian, but even Ashanti really had a standout record.
Yeah.
There was some other people mentioned on the list. They had Drake on the list twice. One with Rihanna and one with Party Next Door.
Fuck no. What the fuck? Rihanna.
Yeah, Drake and Rihanna's collaboration. I think they got 2 or 3.
They got like, yeah, I'm about to say they got 2-3 songs, don't they?
Yeah.
Man, that bullshit.
There were some that were missing, like some people said Ty Dolla $ign and YG should have been on that list. That's what some people are saying.
I would have, tired.
And they said
Lil Mo and what's her name?
Fabulous, that's what I said was
Yeah.
Lil Mo and Fabulous for sure.
Lil Mo and Fab.
Should have been on there because they got multiple hits together.
Let's see,
And other people were saying Nicki Minaj and Chris Brown.
They make more pop. That's not.
I feel like it's hard for me to say that because it's
more
never
like
just them.
pop.
It's never just them two. It's always somebody else too.
Yeah, it's like
It's Chris Brown
like
and
3-4
Meek
people
Mill
on the
and Nicki
song.
Minaj.
Yeah.
It's never just them two.
Yeah. Who else was on there?
They had the Weeknd, the Future, and the Weeknd on there.
Oh, Facts.
Right.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, they did have Future and the Weeknd on there. They had Snoop and Charlie Wilson.
And if they had Drake, why didn't they have Drake and Future? No, because
Like both of them was rapping. Yeah, both of them was like both was rapping and singing.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
That's like a double. They both could do both, so it's kind of like cheating. They both-
Drake and Party Next Door, the only song them niggas really got, even that album that they just dropped was,
Even for R&B music, not even being hip-hop, it's not good R&B music. People like, oh, you don't get it. I'm like, well, I know
And
R&B.
the only song I would say that's dope that they do have was that Come See Me For Once. That doesn't make sense now. But Party Next Door dogged that shit. If it wasn't Party Next Door, that shit would have.
My opinion, I feel like Party Next Door's solo album he dropped last year is better than this album with him and Drake.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense now. Yeah, so that shit. Yeah. They missing some names.
They are.
Missing some
They
collaborations.
missed a lot of collaborations. The Ty Dolla $ign wasn't on there at all. I feel like he could have been on there with multiple artists.
Yeah. Because he did dog a couple of songs.
Then I feel like some people might disagree, but I think Chris Brown and Tiger could have been on that too.
I know I feel about Tiger.
But yeah, you can't deny that him and Chris Brown got together.
Yeah, but
They got a whole album together.
yeah, they do. But most of the main hits they got somebody else on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like Deuces or motherfucker Loyal. All the shit been mentioned and all them songs, he shouldn't have been on the motherfucker, by the way.
That's that blessing. He got that Chris Brown blessing.
That nigga better off getting a DDG verse now.
Ooh. And then we have another top 10 list that came out this week. Top 10 rookie years in hip hop. So number 1, they had DMX. They had 50 at number 2, Biggie at number 3, LL at number Snoop at number 4, then LL, then Kanye.
Well, if you look at the rookie aspect of the rookie year, it's like, what are you putting into that aspect? Like,
I feel like
just,
it's hard to call. Like now, I feel like back then it's easy to call it because we didn't see everything before. Now, everything we see artists coming.
yeah,
You don't just pop out of nowhere. No, we don't see like back then when they did the work, but we didn't see the work that's used in their region or area.
Yeah.
Like we hear the stories about DMX before we heard, but we didn't see them.
Man, there's some cat from over here who's nigga dope, woo woo.
Yeah.
Rather than how we just like we know these.
And we came from the blog, mixtape era, like so it was no like our rookie year is kind of hard to get to people nowadays. Like you guys said, like what we Wiz rookie year. You got people that been living to them since 2008. You got people that kind of on that black and yellow, so it's kind of hard. Like same thing even with Kendrick, because people say Good Kid, Mad City is his first album, or later on, but Section 80.
Yeah, I was about to say the rookie year Section 80, and then even the mixtapes before that. But I would say Section 80 is actually the rookie year debut.
But they don't count it. They count Good Kid, Mad City as debut. They count Good Kid, Mad City. They don't count it.
You can't. You can't. Good Kid, Mad City is the legendary.
Because even with Nip, they don't count nothing but.
Yeah, they don't count. They don't count. Or the bullets ain't got no names.
They don't count none of that. Only count is
1 through
victory
3.
lap.
Yeah, they count as
It starts at victory lap and ends at victory lap.
Because I believe that is the only one that he proclaimed as an album, possibly.
Yeah, he went through the real standard process.
Because the marathon, nigga, the marathon should have been an album.
I feel like the marathon is his most impactful body of work.
Marathon should have been an album.
I feel like Victory Lap sounds the best because it was mixed and mastered by Diddy, the executive producer on there and all that, but most impactful is Marathon. And I feel like best songs was probably on Crenshaw though. But I feel like the most impactful was Marathon.
You gotta check me out, him and Don Kennedy.
Yeah, you got some shit on there.
Yeah,
Double Up, like Dedication, Blue Laces too. Like we can talk about his records, but I feel like the Marathon is more impactful when it comes to Nip's career being alive. I feel like when Marathon came out, it gets the credit that Victory Lap getting now with Nip being dead. Because Marathon, we was like, this is classic mixtape. While he was alive at that moment, we was calling it.
Marathon, it's the first one out of those two. Because I believe in Victory Lap, if we would have dropped Victory Lap before Marathon, I believe he still would have had the same effect. I still would have believed Marathon still would have been his best body of work to me. But I feel like Marathon should have been an album. That should have been an album. Marathon was one of the ones. Victory Lap, it got some great songs on it.
I feel like it sounds the best.
I connect more with the Marathon.
It's the most impactful, most influential project.
Yeah, facts.
I feel like Victory Lap is good, but it doesn't have the impact that Marathon had. Like, Marathon, it put like, we looked at Nip and hold up the light now. Damn, this nigga. He's something else. He dropping that game. Like people really took that game and applied it for Marathon. Like while Nip was alive, people still like learning from him while he was alive. Like I feel like Victory Lap gets more credit because it's passing. You need to look at the numbers. It came out in 2017, right? Nip died in 2019, and it was platinum until 2022.
Yeah, right.
So it's like,
and it's like that with a lot of artists. Their best work is always, it's like their last work is the one that always goes because that's the one that they passed away before.
Yeah.
So that's the one that they always try to praise, but.
And that's when it gets all the new audience.
Yeah.
That's the postponed, I guess all the new audience.
Yeah.
But like that's why I said the rookie year's hard to count. But I feel like back then,
also on the rookie year, cause like how you said, DMX had the rookie year.
Yeah.
But DMX also his rookie year, he was in movies, wasn't he?
Nah, this is the thing about DMX. He was featured on the Locks' first album and Mace's first album in '97. His album didn't come out until '98.
Oh,
and he was shooting belly.
And they're saying he had the best rookie.
And he was shooting belly before his album came out too. So it was kind of like they prepared him like.
Was all right. So, and they're saying he had the best rookie.
Yeah, because he came out.
I'll switch him and 50.
I can't.
I'll put 50 number one.
I can't put. The only reason I said I don't give 50 number one because DMX did 2 platinum albums that same year. The rookie year they called it '98. He did the 2 platinum albums that same year.
But at the same time, that's '98.
That's even harder because now you gotta go buy it. It's like,
oh, yeah, that is fast. That is fast.
Hard units, like.
Yeah, you have to go. Yeah, you couldn't. But 50 shit. But I bet. But at the same time, yeah, you have to go buy it. But if they would have did the same shit with 50 shit, if they would have had to go buy that shit,
they did though. Get to that time, did and it sold a lot.
Didn't like you could strip 50, get Richard Die Trying though still.
Nowadays, but yeah, the Richard Trying went diamond, but DMX went multi-platinum with 2 albums in the same year.
Yeah, well,
and it's impacting the game.
Well, me being in the generation.
You see, I seen them both come out.
I didn't see DMX.
I seen them both come out.
That's why I'm more biased. I didn't see DMX.
Yeah, I seen them both.
I seen 50 though. I seen when that nigga came upside down on the GOAT. I seen that shit, and that motherfucker caused a phenomenon. This nigga was #1 on the MTV countdown for 3 years straight.
I put X1 and 52 because I seen DMX. I remember he was the first rapper I seen on TRL when he came out his first year.
So I'll put the new. Yeah, I gotta do my knowledge.
Then like that Woodstock performance was that rookie year too.
Yeah, I gotta do
that Woodstock performance DMX had.
Oh yeah,
that 98 too.
Motherfuckers was
that's why I said like wait, I seen that like
that shit.
I remember like
crazy.
We didn't really watch MTV like coming up. I started seeing videos like in '95, '96. It was always like BET, like me watching TRL.
Yeah.
In '98 when DMX pop on it, it was like, oh damn, I was locked in TRL, but DMX is going #1, Rough Riders Anthem, and they got him on there like.
My doors go. Yeah, and when he performed that motherfucker, everybody knew the lyrics, and it was white people.
That part, that's all like.
That nigga was like in I don't know where Woodstock is hell, but nigga.
And I'm glad you brought that up because like LL Cool J rookie year, I can't speak about because I didn't see it. I heard the albums and stuff, but I didn't see it. Like I seen the 50s, I seen DMX, I seen Kanye's.
Like rookie years, I could say. I seen Wayne's. I seen.
Nah, we didn't see Wayne's because the Cash Money.
But we still was there.
We saw the rebirth. I feel like we saw the rebirth of Wayne with Carter.
So I say the Cash Money. I say I still was not. I wasn't able to see it, but I was around in that generation that was playing Cash Money. But I say that was just you said the Carter and all that shit was the rebirth, but that was the birth. And I say Wiz, you feel me? Because you first the Cushion Oranges. Yep. So I was around those generational births, like with the LL Cool J's.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I for sure didn't see
Snoop, I kind of seen, but I didn't understand it.
Yeah, Snoop.
I seen it, but I didn't understand it. Like I wasn't able to. You seen it as a kid, but you never comprehend what was going on.
Because it's really like you thought the rookie year started off with Death Row, but it really started off with Master P, didn't it?
Not Death Row first.
It was Death Row, then he got signed with Master P. Right.
Yeah, he was Death Row, then he left. He was sick. Pac died, she went to jail. He got signed with Master P.
Damn, I thought it was the other. Yeah, my timeline's fucked up. I thought them niggas was.
Yeah, so this rookie year was Death Row.
Yeah, that's right. Then Master P did get the deal off of Suge.
Yep, so like Snoop had a big. I know he had a big rookie year because we seen the controversy with Doggy Style and stuff. Then I know like number wise, like because people don't know New York didn't sell records like that. They were happy with gold. Then like when Chronic and Doggy Style came out, they were going multi-platinum. Like, what
yeah, that was a different. They broke it. Yeah,
you heard hip hop was going cool with gold. They're like, God damn. And even like when Juvenile came out 400 Degrees with High and Back that ass up, he went 6 times platinum. The same year, that's the same year DMX went platinum and Jay-Z went platinum. Yeah. All of them got their first platinum, but Juvenile went platinum that first year. Well, he sold more than all of them. He actually sold more than DMX and Jay-Z. They don't talk about that. Juvie.
Oh yeah.
He was 6 times platinum off that, but they don't talk. They always talk about DMX had the best 98, but Juvenile actually sold more than everybody.
So with numbers, technically, did he have the best?
But it wasn't his rookie year because he had an album before that.
Damn.
It's Cash
Was
Money.
it before in that same year? Because technically,
Nah,
if it's in the same year,
like a year before that.
it's the rookie year.
It wasn't
So
the rookie year because Cash Money. We were late because we was in California. Birdman was already selling units.
Yeah, out the trunk.
Yeah, he already. They said when they got a deal, Juvenile said we already had millions. Birdman already had millions off of our music. They was already selling our music, making money.
So in music, what would you consider your rookie year? Because it can't be the first year you started doing music. Because with the rookie year, it's different between sports. Because sports, you got your rookie year in college and in the league, and then you got your rookie year. Well, you don't have rookie year in high school and none of that shit, but
I feel
you
like
got your college
back
and your high
then,
school.
when it wasn't so on, we counted that year that first album dropped.
Yeah.
That was your rookie year because you probably seen the artists around, heard the futures, but it didn't nothing matter until that first album came out.
Yeah,
I feel like today is different
I'll
because
say
you hear somebody
the rookie year.
and they'll never have an album now.
I'll say the rookie album would be the best. Like you feel me? Your best album. I'll say out of all your albums, your first best album would be your rookie year because you gotta give them some time.
That's nowadays because like now we hearing the artists undeveloped. We hearing them too early. Back then we wouldn't hear anything like people don't understand. Ja Rule was on the Def Jam before DMX, but we heard DMX first, but DMX was more developed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they thought they could sell DMX more. They didn't see a selling point with Ja Rule, but he had the deal though. Because they was more, they put way more money into it back then.
And plus now we are a lot of undeveloped artists because nowadays it's easier to get equipment and just have their own niggas do their own shit.
That part.
So they'll just be like, oh nigga, I'll do it on my own. Let me go ahead and mix, do all this.
There's nobody
without doing the knowledge, without doing the knowledge on that shit and actually studying what the fuck you doing. But they're just feeling like back in the day, niggas was like, I ain't finna touch this shit. I'm just finna go to the studio, have this nigga go ahead and do all this. So it sounds more, you feel me, quality and more professional back then rather than and they have to develop the artist. They'll be like, nah, nigga, that shit was trash. Or nah, say it like this. So
back then they said like it took a year to really figure out album even come out. A year working on your album, if you had like songs already done, it took a year for them to put it on.
Yeah, they will put that shit out unless that motherfucker's to the T perfect how they want it.
Now like artists is putting albums on their own. And the label's trying to catch up with them. They got to sign the album on Spotify. We gotta find this dude to go sign him now. It's the opposite
and it got its advantages, but it got its
disadvantages.
Yeah, the advantages now is like, you are able to be more independent instead of trying to beg for the label to sign you. Now you have labels begging to sign you. So it's different. Instead of you chasing the labels can be possibly chasing you, just as you said, like, nigga, oh, you got the hot ass Spotify. Let me find this motherfucker, try to sign him before the next motherfucker go. Rather than motherfuckers in front of the record label, like, hey, pass the CD to the to the DJ, have him spit my shit or put it in their shit. It's more like it has its advantages. That's an advantage. The disadvantage is now motherfuckers is just able to put whatever the fuck out.
And that's what I think I hate. Like, I love, as a consumer standpoint, I love streaming because I can listen to what I want to. When I want to, I ain't never buy it. I can just check it out. But from a professional that makes music standpoint, I hate it because it takes the value out of it. And like you have to afford, like everybody's dropping, and it's too much dropping at once. And there's no proper rollouts no more. People going straight, like, people go, oh, Drake dropped without a rollout, I'm gonna drop without a rollout, let's drop it. Or Beyonce did it and everybody else is doing it. Like, everybody sees what everybody's doing and think they can do the same. And it's killing the quality. Like, there's a lot of unquality bullshit out there.
The original.
Like, man, and I feel like because it makes some successful streaming, like even like Will Smith's album, we wasn't supposed to hear that.
Man.
That's with streaming being so accessible, Will Smith will pay, it cost me what, $5,000 to put an album out now? And on Will Smith, I get free interviews and promos, so it's like his rollout didn't cost him nothing, but back in the days, you gonna spend $40 million on you to put an album that's on the flop?
Facts.
Of your own money, because no label's getting behind that? Like, no, like.
Yeah, not for the pay for that shit, and that's why they put the proper promotion behind it. My money is behind this motherfucker. If this shit don't actually sell, I don't make my money back. So I'm gonna put the best promotion, the best rollout, so motherfuckers can actually know what the hell going on. Like music related, you feel me? They got the rollout for Final Destination. So now they got the trucks driving around. Everybody know Final Destination. It was known as for the wood. you know that scene where the wood came out and it came into the nigga car. So now they got like the truck wrap where it got looked like the wood is on the back of them. So that's their type of roll off. They're putting bands into that shit so that way people can actually watch that shit. Cause that's what made me like, oh shit, they got a brand new.
Because like we say music suffering, but we gotta think film is suffering too as a streamer. Because we don't. If you wait 2 weeks, you don't gotta go to theaters. You go to Amazon Prime and download and rent the movie for $20.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to avoid going to the movies to see Sinners. I was trying to wait for that motherfucker to come on the stream TV so I could just sit my ass at home and watch that shit. I ain't gotta pay it. Smoke a blunt the whole nine. You know what I mean? But them niggas, now they're starting to get more smart. They trying to wait a little bit longer.
They put like a 30-day delay on it now.
Yeah.
Because you know the thing that was hurting the Blockbuster because everybody's not going to spend money that they don't have to spend.
Damn, Blockbuster. Shit.
Netflix put them out.
I think there's one Blockbuster left in America. No, they got one store that's it's a monument now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a monument. It's like a museum now. Damn, that makes niggas feel. Oh, next topic.
Next topic. Let's take a quick. We got DJ Academics talking about Playboy Carti and young boy coming home from jail saving hip hop. You just know it. It's the same guy that had Not Like Us on his 2024 wrap up.
With these motherfucking podcasts that just have people just come on snitching, have the host doing shit with people making them unconscious, you know? Leave the shit alone, man. Y'all be talking bullshit, bro. Playboy Carti is not really a hip hop artist.
That's what I was gonna say. How you got somebody that's not hip hop saving hip hop?
Playboy, nah, that's for sure. YB, that niggas don't even stay out of jail long enough to do anything for hip hop.
Facts.
This nigga's either in jail or house arrest. His fan base, yes, he does have a large, extravagant fan base, and he is doing his
fan
shit.
base now real quick. If you look at the numbers, he's only in the top when it comes to YouTube. YouTube's the only streaming service you don't need a credit card or debit card. So it's kids. Cause I wonder like, how's he gonna be doing it? Like, it's kids.
It's a young family.
Only kids.
Yeah. So, with that being said, that nigga ain't doing shit for hip hop right now. When you do have Kendrick that's actually opening up the doors for undeveloped artists in LA, like undiscovered artists in LA, excuse me, not undeveloped, but undiscovered artists in LA. He put all them motherfuckers on his brand new album. He got from Wally the Sensei that possibly led him to the deal with, you feel me?
Travis Scott.
With Travis.
Talk about that a little later.
Yeah, and then you also got him with AZ Chike. You got him with the other nigga, but he over there crying saying he ain't did.
Burnt up, 96.
Yeah. That man Fed talking about he ain't did shit. Man, that's because you didn't capitalize on it.
Lefty Gunplay. Another one that capitalized.
Nigga,
he out there doing his shit.
That nigga didn't even have a verse on that motherfucker. This nigga performing that portion of that shit. Yeah. He's running with that shit.
You call running with the
now that's what you call capitalizing off that motherfucker.
He said that's his little piece.
Don't nobody, I bet you don't nobody know no disrespect to Lefty Gunplay, but me, I don't know Lefty Gunplay, but I do know that crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. I do know that though. But he's making bread off that. He's capitalizing. So Louis 6 can't go over. Yeah, he's the only motherfucker that's was off that album that's not really capitalizing off that shit.
Man.
Everybody is capitalizing.
I'm looking at him like, bro, you told you ain't got nothing. Gunplay had 4 bars and it's doing shows and all kinds of stuff. Got a whole new album coming out.
When the Migos was finna beat up this nigga DJ Academics was sitting there, I ain't finna take nothing from that Jerry the Mouse.
I'm Jerry the Mouse.
We're from Erica Badu.
Since he brought up Playboy Carti, I actually did a Playboy Carti album for Iron Music album. Something go over the scorecard. Replayability, I gave it a 5. This is our best. Me personally, I'm not gonna replay it. But I was like, okay, this young generation, that's why I get the 5. I get the half of that young generation, they might
And
go replay
then once
it.
you done with your
Well,
album,
for Perks and Coke, they might want to go replay it.
yeah, I was gonna say once you done with your album review, I'm
He's gonna go over it again. Beat selection, I did give him 8. Beats is hard on there. But he didn't execute. Lyrics, I put him at a 5 again. Simple lyrics, he's rhyming, he's on beat. It's simple, little bar there, it's simple. Culture impact, I gave him a 7 because he does have a Coke following. But I gave him this a 7 because yeah, he has a Coke following, but I don't think this album got him any new followers. Yeah, like it didn't do nothing better than what he already had going on. The subject matter, I gave him a 5. We're talking about is drugs, girls, and partying.
Now, I personally, because I went to, what was it, motherfucking that
Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, after Blast went, that motherfucking Blast had a cool vibe, you feel me? Everybody was in the crowd, you feel me? Just
2-step in, vibing up.
no lie. Once them motherfuckers knew that nigga was finna get on stage, them motherfuckers was rushing like mosh pit style type shit.
Yeah.
So his style and his fan base, they already know. It's like they can play his shit at festivals. His shit is in motherfucking the video
He's in that
games.
Travis
It's
Scott
like,
line.
yeah, so it's like he's marketable. So
Yeah.
they're throwing his music out because now they feel like this is what the kids like. So with the actual score that you did give him, I agree with each and every one of them, because if you look at the outside in, they're automatically gonna try to score that shit high. But no, if you actually listen to his lyrics, the beat selection, yeah, all the beat selections to the motherfuckers is fire, because he got the techno, the hip hop, he got that New York drill, like he got,
he got the best of both.
Yeah, he got that, he got a different style in that motherfucker, so that's why the beat selection is gonna be dope. Now with that, he really don't have, that's all he have to rap about is that shit, because that's all his fan base care about. So just as you did mention, it's not something to get new followers. He's not going to get new followers from that shit. He's just satisfying the ones that he has already. Making sure that they are fed and they don't give him no bullshit like, here go a good album. Like, so they'll keep at least putting some bread in this nigga pocket at least. But that nigga do have a large gold following.
And I feel like with the lyrics, he covered it up by having a lot of features on his album.
Yeah.
2 Kendrick verses, like Travis Scott, so he covered up my lyrics being mid. Getting some verses.
Getting some verses, yeah.
So he did do that to try to make it up. Another thing I feel like the album, it could have been better if he took more time. It sounded undeveloped.
Yeah.
Like the beat would bang, but the song that he actually put down, I'm like, okay, he was making the hook a little more catchier, came a little harder on these verses, like, because every feature he had, they killed him on it. That's the thing, like everybody that featured on the album killed him on the song.
Yeah, he killed on every feature. I understand the Kendrick one.
I understand though, that's what.
Understandable.
He got killed by everybody.
But motherfucking Travis Scott
Killed him.
Yeah, I ain't letting Travis Scott. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Nah, I can't do it.
That's the second time I seen Travis Scott get somebody on their feature. Him and 21 Savage.
Which one was so?
He was on 21 Savage's last album. He had a song that Travis Scott got him. I said, y'all gotta step it up, bro. Y'all getting barred up by rock stars. No shots at Travis Scott. I just don't look at him as a bar rapper.
Nah. That for sure ain't no hard
That's
shit.
it. I'm hooked up with this. Little advertisement.
Old music.
Man. But yeah, he did have some highlight singles, Rather Lie, Fine Shit, Backdoor on there. But still, with that many songs and that many features, you should have a great album.
Yeah, especially for
You
it being out.
Janae Echo, Kendrick Lamar,
Man.
Travis Scott, like.
That shit should have been
With
nice.
that production too, like come on. Like I feel like he should have took his time and came with some better lyrics. And even though your subject matter is shallow, you have to take it to another level.
Yeah, so you can at least gain and get new fan base and not worry about losing the ones that you already got.
Alright, so next topic, man, a little sad news in hip hop. We'll go over real quick. Goodie Mob has officially broke up. I say real quick because I feel like they've been broken up.
Man.
CeeLo been doing this solo thing for 15
For
years
the
now.
longest, nigga.
And I ain't seen them do nothing, so
Nigga.
I'm like, oh, they just announced it? That's how I feel they just announcing it? I feel like y'all been broke
They
up.
said the sad news, it'll be our last. Like, what, nigga? Where was y'all? Where y'all had? Y'all last one was about 15, 16 years ago.
Probably now, they ain't had a Goodie Mob album in 20 years. It was early 2000s. But CeeLo had plenty of success in between that.
Oh, yeah, facts.
So it's like, I
Hell
feel
yeah.
like y'all been not a group. And CeeLo's been doing this thing. Fuck you.
And that was a huge ass transition from what he was.
He was really rapping. He was really rapping on Goodie Mob.
That
Soul
get
Food.
rich to this.
Yep.
We go outside way. We go 100 on the highway. Thank
I think my favorite Goodie Mob songs that and Cell Therapy, Soul Food, and Dirty Sour from the Dungeon family. Then, we was talking about before, Travis Scott has officially signed Wale the Sensei.
That's a good ass move for Wale.
I feel like it's a good move for both.
Yeah.
Especially Wale the Sensei, because I feel like me really listening to his albums, not just his singles and his popular songs, I feel like he has a lot of hidden creativity and musically inclined that he doesn't really bring out.
Yeah.
Because where he's at making music at that level, they only want to see him one way. I feel like he'll work with Travis Scott, he's gonna take it to a whole nother level.
Cause everything that nigga Wale featured on, like the ones with put up in the house party, that one, and even the I've been saying about to do it all of them, like you can hear like the cadence when it comes to that shit. You can kind of hear Travis Scott sound
he
into
fits
that
in over there
motherfucker.
with Travis Scott and Don Toliver. It's something they really work with him, and I feel like he's gonna bring a West Coast vibe with Travis Scott.
He's trying to build the Cactus brand, and plus this nigga doing the WWE shit, and all his music automatically gets played on. You feel me? On WWE, he got a contract with them niggas. So I know them niggas' music is finna be incorporated into them. Yeah, got the Jordan shoe, the Cactus shoe deal, like nigga, the Cactus Jack, like nigga, they're gonna actually like expand their actual fan base. But the fan base that's gonna be expanded is actually gonna like the music that they're hearing. They're actually gonna incorporate and like Wale the Sensei.
Oh yeah.
It's just he's just not that he's whack. He just hasn't been heard yet.
He hasn't been pushed out to that level. He hasn't been pushed
It's
to that
a
level.
lot of artists like that that got talent like a motherfucker, but they just haven't been pushed to that extent, or not even that spotlight. Yeah, that spotlight. They haven't exposed like that yet. And I feel with him signing to that, and even Travis Scott even noticing this nigga like, hey, this nigga far. Let me sign this motherfucker.
And I feel like usually I don't like artists signing artists that are active. I feel like with signing Travis Scott and you're mainly just a rapper, you really can't see him as competition because he's a rock star.
Yeah.
Like you're not aiming for what he does.
And all of them got different, like Don Toliver, Travis Scott, and then Wale the Sensei. They all got different types of lanes. Yeah.
So I feel like it'll still work. It won't interfere with his
when they
growth.
Stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah, like he's not gonna
better
hold you back or
It's
nothing.
like, yeah, all right, now we finna get your fan base, we finna get your fan base, finna give you my fish. It goes different ways.
Different ways. I don't see him getting held back. You know, the Travis Scott. I see other people like, he might get held back, but this one I don't like.
Good
There's a
move,
lot
Travis.
of growth. Like, then back to I ain't gonna call this one bad news. Something. A lot of people. I'm glad it kept on news we talked about. Bobby Smurda tour canceled. Average 10 ticket sales per city. And I like that about that because I had this argument on Threads about what holds more value in music, classic albums or hit songs. And I feel like if he had an album that was just as more relevant as his hit song, he would have sold more tickets.
Classic albums.
For that part of that?
All day, because his songs, that's like, nigga,
that's
what you gonna do that song the whole time? They don't want to hear you. They don't want to buy your ticket just to perform that one song that they like.
But we know Snoop will go to Vegas and perform Doggy Style 3 nights in a row. The whole album, intro to outro.
You see Chris Brown doing, you feel me, doing all his discovery.
He can pick an album each night. He can pick each album each night. Like,
you feel me, you know.
Jeezy can do Thug Motivation 1-on-1 and have the crowd locked in.
You can't. So when Bobby Smurda expected, like, nigga, what you gonna do?
Hot nigga 10 times?
And Shmoney.
I was like, what do you think people not paying?
But with Quavo and all them other niggas on that motherfucker, which is the only reason that motherfucker hot, come on, now you gonna have to put in the work before you get the results that you expected, brother.
To me, it wasn't surprising that it happened. I'm glad artists are seeing that. I feel like a lot of up and coming artists see artists with hit songs, and they want to mirror that success and don't see the long-term route in that. And just having a couple of few hot songs.
And what it is niggas when they not taking advantage of the shit, especially when it's niggas that get out of jail that do this dumb shit.
Oh, you got open field.
It's not like niggas wasn't like nigga. You went to jail for not snitching and taking partial sentence for your homie.
People were saying
nigga,
you waited too long.
You took a partial sentence, like nigga. Everybody was backing you up on that shit. Nigga, when Bobby Shmurda get out, then I got a reverse. When Bobby Shmurda get out,
I'm waiting too long.
And that's what everybody was willing to do. But this nigga wanted to go to Dubai and all that shit and fuck with white bitches and all that extra shit, do all that extra shit that's fucking everything up. That's not
and I agree with
solidifying this shit
right now. Work, get in the studio, took advantage of all these favors, got all these free features and stuff. And he probably sold some tickets.
He did some big meat shit. He got out of jail expecting handouts and not putting in, you feel me, no work to get the motherfucker. Like, they can take advantage of that shit.
And that's a good part I didn't even think about. Like, he really didn't work when he only waited. Like,
he waited.
Now he wanted to all of a sudden do a tour.
It's understandable, but you got motherfuckers that was locked up for a long time that came home from jail and went straight to work, you feel me? Now, you can understand you can get that shit out, party for a couple of months, you feel me? But nigga, get to work. Nigga, it was 3-4 years
I can't
before
excuse it when you got Tory Lanez dropping the albums from jail.
No, yeah, that's real.
So it's like, come on, you out now.
And that nigga Tory, no, he ain't getting out.
He know he ain't getting out.
That's why he dropping that motherfucker.
I'll get this out now. I'm letting me out.
Put some shit toward my commissary, nigga. Fuck that shit. They keep my money flow going, feed my kids.
Because I feel like he was in the regular jail. He wasn't in the feds either. He was in regular prison. So like, the feds is different. Like, they hold you back. Like, nah, you're not doing this, not doing that. But if he was in prison, he had a little more leeway. He could have did more. Like, he said his release, he did a couple interviews. Like, he said he's running around in Dubai, chasing white women around. Like, he ain't take nothing. He just took the music part, the business part serious. Like, I gotta get back
spending the
going.
money, but you're not making it though. But you see you spending it, but we don't see you putting in the work, dropping no music, no albums to make the money back though.
That part. Then, since we're talking classic albums, this was a question on Threads actually I posted. What artist has the most legendary discography out of Jay-Z, Kanye West, Nas, and Kendrick?
So number one, let's start with Kanye. Kanye albums, I would say 2 or 3. I would say College Dropout.
I ain't gonna lie, Kanye got 4 classics on the album. His first 3 albums, College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation.
Yep.
Then My Beautiful Twisted Fantasy. I thought that's undeniable classic.
Which one had Heartless on that motherfucker?
That was my Runaway and all that. That's My Beautiful Twisted Fantasy.
Okay. Yeah.
I said those 4 albums is undeniable.
Okay, so we got 4. So with Jay-Z,
To be honest,
Jay-Z, yeah, he got way more than 4.
He got 5 that you can't argue. Then he still got cult following ones that you're a Jay-Z fan that you still fuck with.
And with Nas,
I feel like he's up there with 5, like you have 5 too.
now with Legendary, you gotta go with, now we gotta have to include numbers.
Oh yeah.
So we have to. So unfortunately,
Is that a Kanye or Jay?
not knocking, yeah, I'm about to say, not knocking out Nas. Nas is still one of my top 4, but as a legendary discovery, out of those 4, he don't got it. Then you got Kendrick though, but at the same time, Kendrick is still building his discovery though, so he still have time to make legendary
conversation because he really hasn't missed. Like Drake and J. Cole both missed already. They have dropped albums that missed.
Facts.
Kendrick has never dropped none where you might personally not, one version might personally not like it, but it's never been like.
I personally don't like Damn.
Yeah.
I don't like Damn. For some odd reason, I barely like To Pimp a Butterfly. I barely like that motherfucker. But motherfucking
Because we know J. Cole done missed about 5 times already.
J. Cole's, I said only one.
Forest Hill.
Forest Hill Drive. That's it. That's the only J. Cole
And I feel like
album I'm able to play from.
everything after Views with Drake is questionable albums. I feel like he had good songs, but overall albums, he
I
missed.
say, yeah.
After Views.
And Views, yeah, Views was a hit and miss for sure. But before Views,
His albums were solid before Views, I'll say that.
I'll say which one with the when
Only
he
one
had the head
one.
on it, where it was just him
That was the first.
with the clouds.
Nothing Was the Same. That was his best rap album.
I didn't like that one.
To be honest, I feel like Nothing Was the Same. That was his best rap album.
I think the only reason I like that because it had that cake with Jay-Z on it.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. And Jay-Z dog
But
walked
now,
that
Wu
nigga.
Tang Forever too. Yeah, The Furthest Thing.
I didn't like those.
Oh, you didn't like those ones?
I didn't like that.
I feel like
So to me personally,
I feel like Nothing Was the Same.
his best one to me was Thank Me Now.
I didn't like that. That's the worst one to me. That's my least favorite. I feel like, cause So Far Gone was so good.
So
then you
Far
came with
Gone,
that,
yeah.
It was like
I'm
a
tripping.
miss. I was like,
I'm tripping.
So Far
I
Gone.
forgot all about So
Well,
with
so-
You Still Land in Vegas.
Yeah, like-
Man, that was the prime Drake, man.
That
That was
part.
that was when,
I tell people all the time that's Drake's
Good
real
time.
classic because I tell people like that's the Drake that made people wanna make music like Drake. And I
yeah.
seen artists change their flow and their style. I seen producers change their sound to chase that Drake sound once So Far Gone came out. That's why I call that like that's Drake's biggest impactful album. Like not all number wise, but impact the culture that stamped him. I feel like So Far Gone because that gave him a sound.
Yeah, that's
Other
So
people
Far
try to follow.
Gone. Yeah, because even before the So Far Gone, the first song I actually heard Drake on was that Ransom with him and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even having that sound that he put
Nah, he
in
that
that
So Far Gone.
He's rapping on that.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
before that, I heard Drake, he was really just rapping.
Yeah, so I was just
he
like,
had his own
okay,
sound
yeah.
yet.
I'm like, even on the Ransom, I was like,
It was cool. He got bars in there, but he ain't fucking with Weezy. Like,
yeah, and then I heard that shit. I'm like, who's this motherfucker? It's not singing, but it's like melodic. Yeah, Houston, man, that's one of my favorite songs.
Man, that shit is
I ain't gonna lie.
that's how people argue. Oh, they talking like, but those were just good albums. Cause I feel like to be a classic, that's how that impact. What did it impact?
Yeah,
And I feel like So Far Gone, it changed the way we made hip hop. At that time, I seen producers go to make them spaces sound, them sounding these like 40. Like everybody want that Houston, Atlanta, Vegas sound after that, and Lust of Love, all that stuff. That's why I feel like that's his classic.
with the question altogether, I gotta give it to Jay-Z.
Me too. I feel like I always say this to hip hop. Like Nas is my favorite rapper.
Yeah,
I feel like Jay-Z has one of the best overall catalogs in hip hop. And I say Kanye is close. And I say he's close, and I say some of his catalogs not considered hip hop.
and I would
Because
say
you know, like the Yeezus and stuff. Like, is that really considered
Yeah,
hip hop
nah.
album? That's more experimental.
Nah, and alright. So Jay-Z and Nas, even though they're they good.
Sales is different.
But at the same, they're not making no more albums, so they don't have a chance to actually expand their discovery of their legacy. Kendrick's still making albums.
Yeah.
Now that GM, the one he just dropped, it has potential to be on that list of one of his top albums.
Oh yeah, I feel like it does too.
He has more time to let's
Because
see
the
what
impact. I feel like the impact this album did, and with him stepping into that West Coast sound.
It did a whole that album did so much impact. That motherfucker's on Super Bowl. Everybody's over here saying not like us. Everybody's over here doing a whole bunch of shit. You got news. Everybody. It was a big impact and a big ass sweep. So I would, so this album has to be included in one of his top ones.
Oh,
but
yeah.
at the same time,
It's
still
too early
has
to call
time.
it.
It's too
And
early to
people,
call
I had
it.
this conversation on
Now,
Thursday.
I
People were
wouldn't-
saying that too. Like this, I feel like the
Yeah,
next
I
one
wouldn't
be
even.
classic
I
5
wouldn't
years
even
later
put.
now.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put Kendrick in that conversation because Kendrick
He's still going.
Yeah. Now with Nas, Jay-Z, and you mentioned somebody.
Kanye.
Kanye. No, you missed somebody that wasn't on the list.
Who was it? Keep up with
And
them.
they had and they did have some good ass discovery, but they not making music no more. Fuck, I forgot what you said.
Who would be on that list? Album?
Yeah, who would be on that list?
I say it wouldn't be nobody else in New York. And people like, well, that sounds crazy, but I'm gonna be real. I have to go to the South. Like, because you got artists like T.I. that put out 6 good albums in a row. Rick Ross did 5 solid albums in a row. Jeezy did good for 4 hours in a row. Like, I feel like you had to mention them people. Like, you probably have to go to the West.
TM 103.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had runs, like, of solid albums. Like, and I had this argument on Threads. You go, oh, you mention, I said, I don't mention Future because, like, Future has a bunch of projects, but it's songs that we like. He doesn't have no. Dirty Sprite 2 is his most classic project.
Yeah, I was about to say
but
Dirty Sprite 2.
Would you compare that to Thug Motivation 101 and T.I. Trap Music? I feel like it falls a little bit under, but I still consider it a classic.
Hey, I'm a T.I. Trap Music, I ain't gonna lie. I'll give Dirty Sprite 2 over T.I. Trap Music.
I feel like Dirty Sprite 2, it still had a mixtape feel to it, even though it had some industry cuts. And Trap Music had a real album feel to it.
But yeah,
with the trap sound.
Yeah, it did. Now, Trap Music with T.I. was more influential.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now,
they don't have
as banger-wise, if you go track to track, I gotta give it to Dirty Sprite 2.
Yeah, and I feel like that, but I feel like they just don't have, like, even like, if you take Future, Thug, Gunner, Lil Baby, they don't have, none of them have a Thug Motivation 101 album or a Trap Music Impact album.
Yeah, and plus, now, because Wayne's still dropping. He dropping the Carter 5.
People don't like my opinion on. I feel like Wayne's a great rapper, but he's not good at making albums. I feel like the Carter 2 became a classic because Wayne, that was part of that rebrand of Wayne, and he took it to a level of rap we never thought we'd see Wayne rap at.
I feel like the Carter 1 was a classic.
It was cool, it was good, but it wasn't a classic.
Now, what was on the Carter 1?
Go DJ.
Now, that was
Go DJ was a single. Go.
Oh, that was the one where he kind of did like
Man, I Miss My Dogs on there.
That when he kind of did the structure of like when he was like the mob type shit.
Yeah.
And then it had that
Yeah, I feel like we fucked with it, but it wasn't really a classic. I just like it was just taking Wayne out of that box, like. Cause I feel like Carter 2. I remember when Carter 2 dropped. That's when we had the CD players, the headphones. Like that was in 75% people CD players at school when that shit came out. Carter 2. It was that and the Massacre.
All right,
is this the way Carter 2? Or is this the 50 Cent Massacre?
I'm high as hell. Carter 2 got what on it?
Hustle Music, Fireman, Mob.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I said,
Yeah, so Carter 2 got that one on that one. Yeah, so
Carter
what I'm
1
thinking,
Carter 1.
Yeah, I'm thinking Carter 2 was Carter 1.
So
I say Carter 2 and Carter 3.
Yeah, I thought Carter 3 is a classic because of commercial success.
Carter 4 was
a hip hop
ass.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Carter 4 was ass.
And know why it was ass? Because he tried to redo the Carter 3.
Yeah.
Look at the singles and shit like.
That nigga had Mr. Carter. That nigga had motherfucking Let the Beat Build. He had motherfucking Mrs. Officer. That was something you could actually bang from beginning to end. The Carter 2 and the Carter 3. I'm not gonna lie, I do like that. The hustler music.
Yeah.
The best rapper alive. Like the mob. Yeah, he got off on those two, but at the same time, I wouldn't give the Carter, as you said, and as well as the Carter 4 as classic albums. So I say, even I'm Not a Human Being. That shit was doo doo.
That's why I feel like Wayne's not great. DC's not great at making albums.
I know the
when it comes to rapping,
the Wayne hands is finna come from.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna look at it, bro. Like Carter 3 is his most successful album. Carter 2 is his best rapping album. Everything outside of that is questionable. Like you might like a couple songs on Carter 4 or Carter 5, but
that's nothing. That's not the album.
That's not the album. That's a couple songs.
That's the song that you like. You don't like the whole
like
album.
Like you said, you can slap the Carter 2, Carter 3 in, and you don't have to skip songs.
Yeah, you could do the whole creativity.
Yeah.
Either you could play it from beginning to end, or you could put that motherfucker on shuffle. However, the way
do what you gonna do.
Do what you gonna do. But then you
can't do that with the Carter 4, Carter 5. You can sit there, skip this one, skip that one. We'll go back to this one.
If you a Spotify or a Pandora's listener and you don't got that premium, you know skips are very
limited.
Important. So you know if you banging the Carter 3,
you got less skip.
You can let it go.
Yep.
You playing the Carter 2, you can let it go.
And that's why people don't get mad. I feel like when it comes to mixtape Wayne, undefeated. When it comes to album Wayne, I feel like he's not in that conversation with like people that make good, consistent good albums. Cause like I'm gonna be real, like
He a good lyricist.
Good lyricist, yeah. Bar for
But
bar.
it's like the game. He's a good lyricist, but when it comes to actual making songs, he can't make songs for shit. Just as 50 said, it was like, what is the game's best song? You think of One Blood. One Blood don't have a hook. It's just that African, the Jamaican nigga saying One Blood on that motherfucker. Or you thinking the other one that he got, but it's not even him on the hook. Most of the songs that the game got that are actually the bangers, he didn't actually make the song. He
And listen,
just
people
on the first
understand,
bar.
back then, some albums so good because of anticipation, not because how good the album was. I feel like Game's second album went platinum and #1 because it was his first album after beefing with G-Unit. And we had to go buy it to hear what he was gonna say. Because he already did the 300 bars and all that, the G-Unit, and we had to go buy that album to see what he was gonna say. Yeah, see what he was gonna
But
do.
it was a disappointment.
It was probably, like I said, good 4 songs on it.
Yeah.
Out of 16 that I still listen, I can still go to today. Like the documentary, I got a good 10. I could actually listen from start to finish.
Man, because you could tell, like, he didn't. That one, it was just, he was working on that motherfucker. Like,
It was. Alright, so that brings us into this episode of Hip Hop Raising Podcast. Comment below on YouTube. If you're not subscribing, subscribe. If you're not following us on social media, please follow us. Got plenty of content coming out. Keep up with us for your hip hop news.
Hip Hop Raise Me Podcast, where no means no, and we prefer you to be conscious. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.